Welcome to the You, Me, and Disney podcast. Hi, I'm Nikki.
I'm Shawn.
Welcome back.
How's it going? How's it going, Nikki?
It's pretty good. I'm way more awake than I was the last time you made me do this in the morning.
I'm feeling pretty good myself. How was your week?
My week was okay. Better than last week. It's getting nicer up here in New England where we are. So the weather's not as cold and the world is not trying to freeze over.
It was like 70 degrees yesterday.
I know.
That's unheard of.
Very nice. Yeah.
All right. So we're back. We're here. Do you want to just get right into it?
I have a couple things to throw at you.
We have housekeeping.
We do have a follow-up. So last week we had briefly talked about Epcot and the festivals. And I stupidly was like, what? Yeah, there's 4 festivals, but I can't name them.
You got the same housekeeping as me.
Oh, yeah, yay. So just to be clear, there are 4 festivals. So I was correct about that. But the Flower and Garden Festival, Farts, Food and Wine. And then I stupidly forgot about the Festival of Holidays.
We've never gone to that.
We have been to the holidays in Disney, but never gone. Wait a minute.
Or maybe I was trying to think if we had actually walked through and known it was the Festival of Holidays. And I think if we did, I don't even think we were aware. If we've gone to it, I don't even think we were aware. Because we've definitely been there around Christmas time a couple times.
So the problem is Food and Wine. I have to look at, not housekeeping for next week. I have to look at dates because the festivals aren't.
They changed. Yeah,
they kind of changed a little bit.
Yep.
So I think the year that we went for my 40th birthday, even though Magic Kingdom was set up for Halloween, Food and Wine happened at Epcot that time.
Yep.
You are correct. I
Yes.
don't know if we've actually ever been for the Festival of Holidays.
So just to cover them again, it is Festival of the Holidays.
Flower and Garden, which is happening now. So it happens now.
Flower and Garden.
Then it's Farts.
Festival of the Arts.
Yep. Then it's Food and Wine.
Food and Wine.
And then it's Festival of the Holidays.
Festival of the Holidays.
Yep.
Why do I still feel like that's only 3?
Because, no, it's 4. I have them.
Which one are we missing?
No, Flower and Garden,
Okay.
Farts, Food and Wine, Festival of the Holidays.
Don't abbreviate farts.
Oh, sorry.
Festival of the Arts.
Festival
That's what
of the Arts.
it's throwing me off. Okay, so there is
Okay.
4 there. All right.
Do you have any?
No,
Follow-ups?
that was my actual housekeeping because I went over it and I was like, we were so correct about everything we said except for that. Yeah.
Dum-dums.
So we're pretty good.
I have something to throw it out at you. So last week.
Is this breaking news? What is this?
It's not break. It's kind of.
Are we getting divorced on the air?
We are. So last week you had talked about how we're starting a new format and we're going to do like news so instead of calling it news.
Yes.
Do you like?
Wait, what was it really called?
We didn't really have a name.
You had a good name.
News. The Disney buzz. Like what's buzzing through Disney? What's the stories? Because when I looked up buzz, the definition is how news spreads through the word of mouth.
And Buzz Lightyear.
And in my mind, I want our love for Disney topics to spread all the way to infinity and beyond. So the Disney buzz.
Wow, you're a fucking dork.
You don't have to.
No, I love that. Hey, that leads me to my disclaimer.
Go.
Somehow we're going to have to fit this in. Folks, this is an adult show.
You said last week.
I know, but I'm going to have to say it at the top of every single show. We want everybody to listen. This is obviously no shame on anybody. We're inclusive to everybody, but we're kind of real and we swear. So if that offends you, I apologize right up front. If there's children that listen, hey, we're not vulgar. We're not going to swear a lot, but sometimes
It might slip.
Sometimes we might curse because this is real. We're in our house right now. We're not trying to sell anything. It's just Nikki and I having a nice conversation. So there's your disclaimer. Sorry I let one slip before the disclaimer, but we're going to have to probably figure out how to get that in there before we get going. So what are we going to call it? Disney Buzz?
Don't know.
The Disney Buzz. All right.
Disney buzz. So what's buzzing?
The Disney Buzz for the week of 3/24. Leave me. I got it right in. There was a fire. This is breaking news. There was a fire at Epcot yesterday.
Yep, there was.
All we saw was some videos. It happened over in the France Pavilion.
The France. Yes.
Yeah, the France. I would call it the Pavilion, even though it's the France area. The country of France, like,
there you go.
Yeah, the country. No word yet. It literally happened late last night. People were video recording it, and sometimes when that happens, they don't really do a press release, especially if it gets squashed internally. But my speculation, merely speculation, is somebody was smoking crack.
Stop
Kidding.
it.
Most likely, Nikki's trying to look right now on the news, so if that's what you hear in the background, that's what that is. Most likely, my theory is it was a kitchen fire because where it was happening, it was kind of over by Remy's. Some people got video from the Skyliner and were able to record a few minutes of it, and it looked like black smoke. So we'll have to follow up with that and see what happened later on down the road. But that's some breaking news.
Okay.
Into our normal stories, I got one for you. Big Thunder Mountain. We were lucky enough to ride it last time we were there.
It's one of my faves.
It's one of our favorites.
Wildest ride in the winter. Oh my God.
Fail.
Epic fail.
We ride it every time we're there. I don't think there's ever been a time we haven't ridden it. We have a tradition of when we get on it, we all take a family photo. I've never actually seen any of those photos, but they exist somewhere. We'll get on the ride and we'll all be like, geez, we have them when the kids were young. We have them when we went during COVID and we're wearing masks. We have them with like our extended family. We have them from our last trips. We always take the photo, and we were fortunate enough to get on it right before it closed the last time. So it is officially now closed, and
Closed in January, didn't it?
it did right around there. And they are laying track. They're actually ripped out track. They're actually laying new track. There's video of that has happened. People are like, because I just thought it was a facelift. I didn't know they're actually putting in new track. Did you know this?
I didn't know. I knew that it was a very extensive refurbishment, which is why it's going down for a long time. I personally secretly thought that it was just a refurbishment / we don't want you to see what's going on in Villains Land behind there.
Yeah.
So we're also going to shut down Big Thunder Mountain so that you can't peek over the wall constantly when you're on the ride. I do personally think that the refurbishment is going hand in hand with that.
Yeah.
They're not changing the track. The coaster itself is not changing.
What do you mean?
The map to the ride is still going to be the map to the ride.
I heard it was changing a little bit.
Really?
I heard it was going to take on...
Liar.
No, I heard with Disneyland is their track is different and their kind of feel is different, and I heard they were going more towards that. But that's something we can look into to be 100% sure on that. But that was what I had been told, and that would also fall in line with why are they changing the ride track. So, and just in case you're not aware, there are two tracks that run simultaneously. There's kind of a left side track and a right side track.
Yep.
So you might get a little bit of a different experience. I think
For the first time? Nope, for the first time ever.
Yeah, we took left.
When you go down to Thunder Mountain, when you're in the queue, we predominantly, for those of you who have ever been there, when you go down, we always manage to go to the right. Don't know how it happens. Don't know how we end up getting in that side of the line. We always go to the right. For the first time ever, out of the 15 times we've been, we went to the left for the first time.
Yeah.
I don't remember feeling like, oh, wow, this is way different. Like the track itself was way different. It actually happened to us when we went on Space Mountain that time too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that ride was different.
Just in case you're not aware, a lot of rides at Disney have multiple tracks, so you can
not a lot actually.
No, I'm going in my head right now. I'm like,
I'm gonna argue with you.
Space. We could do that for housekeeping next week because I think like off the top of my head, like Space Mountain has multiple tracks. Rise of the Resistance has multiple tracks. Smuggler's Run has multiple runs that you go through.
Yeah,
but these are rides where it's like they can keep the flow of traffic. It's not an omni mover, so it's not the same track for everybody. We're gonna have to look that up because I think there's more than you actually think, and I think. But anyway, so they are laying track. Yeah, and I also have in my notes. Yeah, they're trying to make it just like Disneyland, so we're gonna have to look into that too.
Okay.
The construction is presently happening.
That place is a hot mess right now.
Yeah, that's the topic that everybody's saying. It's set to reopen in 2026. What does that mean? We have no idea. Sometime in 2026 could be the first day. It could be January 2nd. It could be the last day on
December 31st.
December, yeah, 29th or 30th or whatever. But that is what is set to happen. We'll see. You know, as we're speaking this week too, Epic Universe opened, or no, I'm sorry, it didn't open. It is still doing cast previews, and the buzz is big. People are really excited. The rides are amazing. I don't know them all off the top of my head. I know there's Mario Land and
That place sounds crazy.
Isle of Berk.
Yeah.
Everybody is ranting and raving about Isle of Berk. They're all, going a buzz that there's dragons in the windows, and there's going to be an interactive meet and greet with like Hiccup and things like that.
I saw that. So Hiccup and Toothless are there.
Yeah, Toothless. Oh, that's what I mean. Toothless. I'm sorry.
But Hiccup is there. They have a guy who looks quote unquote like Hiccup, and he's with Toothless, I think.
And not that we're not a Universal show, but I think this is putting a lot of buzz or a lot of like fire in the pants of Disney, because even though the other Universal parks have been open for a while, this is a whole entire branded park. This isn't just a land, inside of a park. This is a big park, and it's massive. And Disney is great at doing what they do. I mean, I love their storytelling. I love everything about it. It's so immersive and things like that. Obviously, we're doing a podcast. We love it so much. We talk about it constantly. But hearing about this is like the first time I've actually been like, whoa. Even Nikki said it yesterday when we were sitting outside. She's like, I want to go to Universal. And I'm still like, no. But then I thought about Epic Universe, and I was like, yeah, maybe I want to go check it out, because I heard they hired a bunch of Imagineers from Disney to go work on this park. So if I'm very curious. I just want to do a contrasting comparison. But we'll see. We'll see when it actually opens.
If you have love for Disney, you will always be a Disney adult like we are. Always. I don't think it will matter.
You lose your virginity to her. Yeah, she's yours forever.
So I will always be a Disney adult. Disney will always be like, I would always prefer to go to Disney over Universal, but that doesn't mean that I won't go to Universal, love Universal, and appreciate what they've done over there. I think that Disney, I do agree with you 110%. This does put a fire under them, because if they don't pick it up and add some stuff, they are going to lose a huge amount of business. And it's not like their prices are going lower. Their prices are going higher.
Yeah, and that actually, on a side tangent, they released some of the pricing for Epic Universe.
Is it comparable?
It was pretty comparable. It actually started at like $139 or thereabouts, and went up to $199. So it is right in competition with Magic Kingdom, like side by side. It's right around Christmas time where it's that $199 mark.
And Epic Universe also has a pass, like the Premier Pass, where you just ride.
I don't know if that's going to apply.
Okay.
I don't know. That's something I would have to look into, and which Nikki's referring to is they do sell a pass where you can go on every ride, except it's unlimited. You're not just limited to one, but you also get it for free when you stay at one of their premier hotels. It's included, which is one of the benefits of Universal. But we're not a Universal show, so let's get back to what's really important, Disney.
Okay.
But we'll keep you in the loop about that. So on to our next topic, or our next buzz, our current happenings. People are reselling 3D glasses from Muppets, from Bugs. It's tough to be a bug, because since last week, it's tough to be a bug.
Oh, that was my other.
Your other housekeeping?
My other housekeeping.
What is it?
I was right and wrong all in the same sentence.
And I was right and wrong, because what did it say online?
It said online the last day to ride it was Sunday, March 17th.
Yeah.
March 17th was a Monday.
And it was the 16th.
And Sunday was the 16th. So yes, if you've never gone on It's Tough to Be a Bug, I'm sorry, it's gone. Last day was Sunday, March 16th.
Yeah.
So that was my other dum-dum.
So Muppets isn't closing until June 7th. I got that one because here's the thing. People are taking glasses from both and selling them on eBay. The 3D glasses. I will admit, I do not have a pair of A Bug's Life glasses because I don't think we went on that the last time we were there.
We didn't.
But I do have a pair of Muppets glasses. I did take them. It was accidental. Because I tried to fall asleep and they were on my head, and I'd walked out and I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot that they were on my head and landed it into my pocket. So I do have a pair. I will not be selling mine on eBay for $50 to $100.
That's ridiculous.
Is it ridiculous though? Is it if you want a piece of memorabilia, is that ridiculous? Is it ridiculous to sell them, or is it ridiculous to steal them? Or is it ridiculous to buy them?
Okay, because people are listening, I am not going to condone stealing.
Nobody's listening. This is just you and I talking.
Okay, then I think people take memorabilia all the time. If I could take things off the wall secretly, I probably would.
Oh, we're doing secret time? I literally try to grab everything off the wall. I will literally, and I'm sure my kids do too, we'll see something and we'll go up to it and try to wiggle it. And some things are wiggleable, some things are held together with deadbolts. Like they know you're going to try to steal everything there, and everything is glued and bolted in place. But you know what isn't? Glasses.
Yes, I think that I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like selling. If you want to keep something for memorabilia because it's important to you, the glasses, like you would have we'll never sell them. They're memorabilia for us. It's something we just went on that ride
last summer we were there.
Ironically, we have our daughter had taken a great photo of the Muppets 3D poster.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to see that.
Maybe we can put it on our
on our what?
On our Instagram page. So
we started an Instagram page.
Yes. So if you happen to be listening, feel free to go on to Instagram and follow us.
What is it called? A handle? Yeah, it's You, Me, and Disney podcast on Instagram. We'll put some photos up there, past, present, future, some photos of our dogs, some funny, stupid memes and things like that. So come on over. It's a fun community. So I know nothing about Instagram and I've been putting up photos, and we'll see how that goes. So.
So anyway, you asked me. So no, I don't condone the selling because even I go online sometimes. I'm obsessed with Disney soaps. So if you stay at a Disney hotel, I don't know what it is. They sell these H2O soaps, right? It's the brand H2O. That's what it's called, right?
Yes, that is the brand H2O.
Originally, there had been conversation that H2O was going out of business and they were never going to have soap. Diplo was never going to have soap again. Yeah. So the last time we went, I think we had talked about this the last time, that it's like a game that we play that our family takes as many soaps as we can.
We talked about our son getting us like 36 soaps. Yeah.
So, but if you stay at a moderate resort, you also get Disney lotion.
And they come in a little tube.
It is my favorite lotion ever.
It smells so good, yeah.
I digress from what we were talking about. I went on to eBay one time to look it up. People have taken so many of them and they sell them, and they are selling them for an astronomical price.
Excuse me. This is not an exaggeration. In our house, we presently have
40 soaps?
50. 50. Okay. Our downstairs bathroom, the bottom drawer is full of those soaps. I have 10 sitting upstairs on my dresser. Yeah, so,
but I want lotion.
I every now and then, when I'm like longing to go back to Disney,
it's the smell.
It's the smell. Disney does something with your senses, so much so that when you smell the smell, you're transported. You're sent right back there, like a childhood memory. It brings you right back to Disney. So, every now and then I'll like to bust open a soap, wash my hands, take a shower with it, just smell it out of the box. It's amazing. So. How we got here, I have no idea.
You were talking about selling the glasses.
Oh, the glasses.
And then I had talked about selling the soaps on eBay. So how do you feel about the profit of?
I think it's wrong. Should you steal? Absolutely not. If everybody stole, then Disney would look like Six Flags. It'd look gross. And I'm not bashing Six Flags because I'm sure that people love Six Flags. Disney is Disney because it is almost a community of like-minded people and adults, children, cast members. When you get hired to go work at Disney, you have to take a psychological test that is like top tier. It was I'm not gonna I don't know the college or the company that created the psych test, but if you don't fit, sorry, you're not working for Disney. So it probably goes with us adults too. Like 95% of us probably are all type A personalities and, super by the book, analytical, maybe a little autistic at times, but we're all the same. We all have respect for the park and Disney for the most part. If people start stealing, that hurts. So in return, what Disney could do is they could auction off those glasses. They could have like a little private auction and like bid on it and donate all that money to like, Rays of Hope or like Make a Wish or something like really charitable. And if Disney in the past few years have been hurting for cash, that would be something they 100% should do.
As long as they're going to donate the money, because
Well, they do with the change from like the wishing wells and things like that. So they're open to donating to charity, and our strollers, obviously they donate those.
Yeah.
But like the glasses, like that's a money generator. Like your return on investment. Like, you're not going to return glasses that have the shape of bug's eyes on them.
I don't think they did.
They do. I saw them. They're black and they had like little eyebrows that looked like little tentacles. Yeah, I'll show you a photo of them afterward. You can probably look them up right now. Very similar in line with like the Avatar ones, kind of look futuristic looking, and they match.
I don't remember. I think I was so afraid that I was going to get sick on that ride.
On Avatar?
Yes, that all I remember. And I remember everything. You know how I have a great memory?
Yeah.
I don't remember anything. So I have horrible motion sickness. I can't do things like
weak.
I'm weak.
You're challenged.
Shut up. I can't do things like motion type rides related to
things that mess with your equilibrium.
Yes.
Yep.
What am I thinking of? I can't. The one at Hollywood Studios.
Smuggler's Run.
Yes.
And the other one.
The other one.
Star Wars. Yeah.
So things like Smuggler's Run where you're stagnant, but the screen is moving.
Almost like a carousel.
Yeah. Not even. I can't do it. It messes.
Soaring, it bothers you. Yeah.
I can't do soaring, anything like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I just sit there and keep my eyes closed. I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like not go on the ride. And I don't know why I just went on a tangent about that. So go. Anyway, the glasses. So selling the glasses.
Yeah, so back to my point. I don't think people should steal. I don't think it's right. I think if you do get caught stealing, if you're trying to steal memorabilia from the park, like posters and things like that,
you'll get kicked out.
I think you should be banned. Yeah, I'm joking about. I seriously did accidentally take the glasses. It was not intentional.
You had them like on your head.
They were on my head. Yeah, they were on top of my hat because I was taking a nap. So that's why. But hey, if I did take him, I knew the ride was closing. So, but that, again, we shouldn't steal. It's not right. But, it's sad that people are trying to profit, but obviously there's a calling for it. So it kind of goes hand. It's like when those Figment popcorn buckets.
I'm sad I didn't get one.
Well, I've seen them still presently on eBay for selling around $50. So if you truly want one, you can get one. So there's that little guy. Moving on.
Go.
You just mentioned something which leads us Smuggler's Run.
Yes.
Do you like Smuggler's Run?
Well, I can't. I go on it. I can hear the sounds. I sit in the back row as the gunner and keep my eyes.
Engineer.
Yes, and I just push the buttons.
Yeah, the green button.
Yeah. So, I mean, that part for me is fun because I can't look at the screen. The kids love that ride. My parents had seemed to like that ride.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Even when we went on it, oh my God, I was so sick that first time. Do you remember I sat in the corner after we got off the ride and I was like, I came right out and someone was like, "Are you all right?" Like, and I was green and I had to just sit in the corner. So, for me, it's a whatever ride. To me, people love soaring, obsessed with soaring. Maybe it's because I can't appreciate it.
Yeah.
I get motion sickness.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because you could do that right at the beginning.
I can and I can't. If you have a horrible driver, the way it's configured is a 6-person ride. You walk into a pod almost. Two drivers in the front, I believe 2 gunners in the middle, and then 2 engineers in the back. So if you have motion sickness, you tend to want to be in the back.
Where I am, because when you can sit in the back, first of all, you have 2 seats in front of you, so it's easier to block the screen, and you can just kind of keep your eyes shielded and just look at the buttons that you're responsible for pushing, which are on the side of the wall. What I do love about that ride, absolutely love, is when you're walking through Galaxy's Edge
Yeah,
and you come around the corner and the Millennium Falcon in all of its glory,
full size.
full size, is just there. She's beautiful. She's wonderful. I wish that
Noises and steam coming off
noises
it.
and steam and to actually see the Millennium Falcon in real life and to start, and then when you go through the queue, you can see the top.
You're elevated.
You're
Yeah, you
elevated.
can see the top. You can see the thrusters in the back. Yeah.
And then when you go through the queue more, right before you get on the ride is the area of the Millennium Falcon where in the Star Wars movies they play, and I'm never going to know that game. Chewie, the game in
I want to call it
New
Sabat,
Nope,
but it's not. It's
not
chess.
Sabat.
It's like it's a chess game on the chessboard. You're well. Take a step back. What I think is cool is the way that you go around. Is you know when you get an airplane and you go on the ramp
Yeah.
and you're on the little walkway
Yes.
ramp to load on. They do something very similar to this. They have like a little walkway ramp that leads you onto the actual Millennium Falcon, and then when you go, you then appear into their common area where they would have their beds and their sleeping quarters. And if you've ever seen A New Hope, it is the area that Chewie is playing chess and Luke Skywalker and Ben Kenobi are learning how to use the lightsaber and doing a little practice. So it's that area where they hold you to then be dispersed to go into multiple cockpits.
Multiple. There's so many.
Yeah, I've watched videos on it and you have no idea. I think there's I'm going to throw out a number, 10 to 20 cockpits. And the way the ride works is it's actually behind the curtain. Spoiler, it's a thing that goes around, almost like a merry-go-round, what do you call that?
Like a carousel.
Like a carousel. It literally goes around, and that's why where you enter is not where you get off.
Correct.
You get off in a different area.
Yeah, which is probably why I also get sick, because there's
motion.
There's motion there.
There's motion in motion because you're moving.
Because the Rise of the Resistance, multiple queues. The Rise of the Resistance, the part where you're on that ship where you're helping Poe Dameron and you're really watching a screen.
Oh, yeah, you're also moving.
You're also moving. Yep. And that is also, I have to sit like a dork in the corner, keep my eyes shielded because I can't, look at the screen, and I have to focus on one point because I can tell that we're
moving. Yeah.
Because that one also picks you up.
It picks you,
and turns you around.
Yep.
So how I love Disney and rides is beyond me because I get sick on 90% of them. But
I don't know a lot about motion sickness, but I believe that if you can see the horizon or a sight line, that you're okay. And in the rides you're all referring to, there's nothing. Yeah. You're tied into a screen, which the visuals on the screen are also moving. So you're kind of like, wait, my body knows it's moving. I see that I'm moving on this animated screen, and you're going left and right and rocking and things like that. So it affects me sometimes too, but
so I guess
excuse me.
We could do a podcast on the rides not
that,
to go
we'll do a barf tier, from 1 to 10. Which one are you gonna projectile vomit on?
Well, the weird thing is when they made Cosmic Rewind, that was the number one thing, is people were getting off that ride and barfing and throwing up. So I was so afraid.
The very first time, I was too.
Maybe I got a little bit.
Yeah.
I have learned how to manage so I guess I'll do a motion sickness hack one time.
There you go.
What to do.
There you go. But back to Smuggler's Run.
Yes, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. They're changing some of the storylines. Did you hear this?
I had heard they're adding a Mando line.
That's exactly it. They are adding a Mandalorian scene. I have no idea how they're going to do this. I don't know if it's going to be temporary. I don't know if it's going to be permanent. But it is because of the upcoming Mandalorian movie that is happening. Again, I might have just said on Memorial Day. I don't know. I I love Mandalorian. It's my favorite.
He's the best.
My
That
favorite.
meet and greet
Yep.
was
The show, everything.
so, and I think the meet and greet, not only does he walk through, but I think the meet and greet, I think that's his area. Because when I
Yeah,
looked
that little cave. Yeah.
when I looked at the map, so if you on your phone, if you have an app, the Disney Experience app, there's a little section that I didn't know,
My Disney experience.
My Disney Experience. You click it, and it obviously has restaurants, it has wait times, it has attractions, and it has character greetings. And that character greeting
Correct.
is there, which means that that is his home base for meet and greets.
Correct. That little alcove, which is funny because if you know about Disney and if you know about areas like Galaxy's Edge, that actually is set in the timeline of Rey.
Yeah.
The trilogy when Rey comes in, so roughly 30 years after
Darth Vader.
30 years after the last movie, Return of the Jedi, and Luke is, probably 20, and then it flash forward to Rey series, and Luke is like, 60, call it. They wanted to keep with that timeline, which I think, and I'm not alone, is absolutely ridiculous.
Thank you.
Stupid. It's so stupid, and I'm looking on the map right now, and there's not even a name for the area that Mando hangs out in. Basically, it is a little cave right here. It doesn't even have anything. It has nothing. It's right next to that open air market where the Ronto's Roasters are. It's Black Spire Outfitters and all of that. It is a little alcove to the left. It has nothing there. Basically, how they're probably getting away with it is they're like, oh yeah, it's really not in the area. It's a little cave, but as you're walking in, not in the Toy Story land, but from where Muppets area was.
Yes,
Correct, still there. So you come around the corner and you see the X-Wing, and then right in your next to the left is the little alcove where if he does come out, that's where it is. So, I love it though. I love Mandalorian. I think it's awesome.
Yes.
Only issue I have, hey, it's really not even an issue because they can make up a storyline and change the storyline constantly. They do on the other Star Wars ride, the 3D one. They have a million different stories. So every time you go on, it's a different experience. If they want to do that with Smuggler's Run, that's awesome. I'm all for it. I just don't understand how The Mandalorian is going to tie into
the Millennium
Falcon. Unless in the new movie, they're going to have a tie-in. So we're going to have to wait and see. And I'm wicked pumped for the new movie. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So, that's my news. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts. I have so many thoughts going through my mind right now. I don't know where to start. So with your first question, I personally don't give a flying hoot about the Millennium Falcon.
Flying hoot, huh?
That's great. So for people who love this ride, yes, I agree with you 110%. If every time you can go on, you can get a different experience, I think that's amazing. I think The Mandalorian is also one of my favorites. I absolutely love The Mandalorian. I love Grogu, aka Baby Yoda. Like I said, that meet and greet to me was amazing.
Yeah.
So for the meet and greet, it's not like a traditional line. You kind of gather there and he just says, come forward. So he literally points to the crowd. I think we just talked about this.
We did in our last episode. Yeah. Yep.
It was amazing. It was wonderful. Grogu moves. He makes noises. Mando was great. I was so awestruck to see Mando that I was like afraid to touch him. He he put his arm like behind me like to take our photo, and I was like,
he was trying to get on me. He's like, touch my armor, huh?
Yeah, touch my armor.
Back up, guy.
See what's in here. As far as the ride goes, yeah, I think that's amazing. As far as your comment about the storyline for Galaxy's Edge, my mother and I were literally just having this conversation. I would give anything to see Darth Vader over Kylo Ren any day of the week.
Right.
When we had first started going to Disney before Galaxy's Edge was open, they had put a large screen and a huge stage in front of the Chinese theater.
Yep.
So they would march down. So this Phasma and the stormtroopers would march down the street. Wait, is that Sunset Boulevard
It's one of
or Hollywood Boulevard? One of them. I think it's Hollywood Boulevard. March down with music, and then so the best part is they don't want to intermingle, but the show at the time would have everyone. It had Darth Vader, Kylo Ren. It had Darth Maul. It had Rey,
C3PO,
C3PO, Boba Fett, R2D2. That to me is how Galaxy's Edge should have been done, because yeah, it's great that this whole storyline is through Rey, but like I just said, I love Darth Vader. Darth Vader's on my keychain.
Yep.
I have a Lego Darth Vader on my keychain. I miss seeing Darth Vader. It bothers me.
We one time brought my daughter to go see a Darth Vader meet and greet. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
It's Kylo Ren, and she had a T-shirt of Darth Vader holding a little girl's hand with a balloon at Disney World, and she's like pointing, she's like, "Look, your grandfather. Look, your grandfather." And like Kylo's kind of like, I don't know if he was amused or whatever.
Well, he can't act mute. I mean, he's a character. But back to the topic.
I believe the show is called A Galaxy Far, Far Away is what it was called. That actual stage show. That's what I was actually looking it up. Or it was called, there was two. A Galactic Spectacular. I think it was the nighttime show.
The Galactic Spectacular, which we also saw.
We loved that one too.
Oh
yeah, because they tied in like TIE fighters and when they'd shoot lasers. But I'm pretty sure it was called A Galaxy Far, Far Away. So that's a witness to the whole live stage show brings beloved moments of Star Wars to life. So
it was absolutely amazing. And as great as it is that the stormtroopers walked through Galaxy's Edge, there was something about that show at the time that was just so captivating.
Yeah, and the cool thing about what Nicky's saying is they were okay, and it's probably because they weren't set in a land, but they were okay having multiple characters,
multiple storylines.
Multiple storylines. Nobody cares, and they've been married to this. I want to see Luke Skywalker. I've actually just heard this the other day too. There is a possibility that they are going to bring Luke Skywalker into Galaxy's Edge.
I don't care about Luke Skywalker. I want to see Darth Vader. But if we're sticking with the storyline, he's dead. They're never going to bring him back.
Yeah.
I don't care about Kylo Ren as a man baby.
Yeah, dude loves crying.
He loves to cry.
Like every time he enters a room, you hear some crying music in the back, like that Titanic music. Oh.
That's why that SNL skit where he goes under.
Oh, I love that undercover boss. Like
anyway, so go. So that's my spin. I'm glad for people who like the ride, who are going to have multitude of different experiences, and I think bringing Mandalorian into anything is wonderful.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Coming this summer 2025, new nighttime parade.
I heard about this.
Oh, like a year ago you heard about it? How long does it take to set up a parade?
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Disney has a method to their madness, so there's a reason why they're waiting on this. I don't know. But yeah, there's going to be new characters in there. Moana's in there. Coco's in there. They're coming out with the Coco movie, by the way. Coco 2.
You sent me a thing for
So yeah, parades are great.
No, I'm excited for it. I heard about this probably a year ago, and it was a little Disney Parks promo, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love parade! I love the Festival of Fantasy Parade.
He's obsessed.
I will sing Festival of Fantasy. I will sing that song absurdly everywhere. Like I'll be doing yard work and just start screaming that song. I love it. It's so interactive. For the kids, they could see everybody. The music is great. The performers are great. It is so much fun.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
Every time we had gone to the parade, we were always in a good spot where our daughter happened to be in the front.
Yeah.
And we have so many great photos where you can tell that the cast member is waving
to
Sophia, and she's waving back. And to me, when they make eye contact, you almost feel like a celebrity.
They never make eye contact with me, though.
That's because you're a creepy dude.
Never.
But again, being immersed into Disney, it makes me so happy when someone like, one time Minnie waved to me. She was directly waving at me, Minnie, and then Chip and Dale. Oh, makes my night, makes my day happy.
So, again, I think I might have touched on this last week about, the parks being different during the day than they are at night. It's just a totally different feel. It's a totally different vibe. The floats, again, from the concept art that they've released, which it could look totally different, but I'm happy with the art that they released. Bright lights. They showed a mock of the Coco float, which, if you've seen the Coco movie, it's bright, it's colorful, it's oranges, it's glowing almost. The ride looked exactly the same, so I'm wicked excited for it.
So it's gonna be called Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away Parade. It's debuting summer of 2025. Um, and it's an electrical light parade.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's going to be very similar to if we had ever gone or the Main Street
Yeah.
electrical parade.
Yep, the old one.
And uses latest technology to tell new stories about beloved characters.
Which they should do. I mean, we have like a million new stories.
And it's good. Peter Pan, Encanto,
Oh my God, but
Frozen.
right back to Peter Pan. I've been hearing Peter Pan stories. Dude's 50, 60 years old. Let's get with the Encanto. Let's get with Coco. Yeah.
Encanto's gonna be there.
Okay, Peter Pan can retire.
I feel like with Peter Pan, he's one of those characters that they like to bring back because when it comes to because he flies, I don't
Sure.
I don't
No, I get it. It's something for everybody, right?
yeah.
But there are so many present day characters.
I know.
They have released it into. I mean, Tiana's came out 10 years ago. They finally came out there. There's so many new movies, new shows, but yet I feel like we're stuck 20 years in the past. When they released Maribel, Encanto came out a couple years ago. That movie broke records. The soundtrack was the #1 soundtrack in the world. They were hesitant to have a Maribel meet and greet out on the promenade over in Mexico Pavilion over in Epcot. They should have had that the next day. This kind of goes back to when Disney released The Mandalorian and they had the Grogu. They didn't have the Grogu toy for the first Christmas. Kids were going to the store and being like, "Where is my Grogu toy? I want it."
He was Baby Yoda. But
So sometimes Disney really drops the ball on certain things. Again, we don't work for Disney. We have no say. We can't make things happen. And maybe we're completely wrong because we don't work in this, we don't work in these fields. But
if anyone from Disney is ever listening, I love a job.
yeah, look at our we can be Imagineers. I can imagine myself imagining to work at Disney.
Yeah, there we go. That's my Imagineer. I'm imagining myself working at Disney.
Exactly. But it just sometimes blows my mind. And I'm sure when if you dive real deep into it, it probably comes down to lawyers. Disney has a fleet of lawyers. I mean, think of lawyers on top of lawyers on top of lawyers. So, they probably get these ideas early on to come up with ways to make money, and they get squashed, unfortunately, by legality. So it's not that maybe they don't want to do these things. It's they have to overcome obstacles and all the hurdles they have to jump through to get a toy onto the market or to get new characters because they don't want to offend certain people. And, the list goes on and on. But it blows my mind when you have opportunities to make people happy, create new revenue, just to put things in motion to get a return on your investment and kind of make everybody happy and get more people in the park and, kind of cause an effect. So,
I'm down for a new parade.
I love parades. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I love parades. We have certain spots where we like to watch the Festival of Fantasy parade. My feelings on that might change now that area is closed.
Yeah.
We can talk about that at a different.
Yep.
Because that devastates me.
Can I cut you off really quick?
Of course.
We talked about this last week. We talked about the construction over in Frontierland. The shooting gallery that we were talking about last week has reopened.
Yeah, as a Disney lounge.
Well, we said it, but it actually, in the course from last week to this week, has reopened. It is a Disney lounge.
Wait, It's not a Disney lounge. It's
a DVC. Sorry,
lounge.
DVC to clarify.
So
You have to be a DVC member, which there are a lot of, and we're on the fence about doing it. We've looked into it, maybe someday. But anyway, it's wicked cool inside. I've seen photos. It looks like a lodge. I guess it has like a lot of nods to the Imagineers, a lot of nods to the storylines about like Big Thunder Mountain.
I don't care. I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Anyway,
I'm
that reopened. So if you are a DVC member and you haven't been there or you're excited to go, hey, let me know on Instagram. Like, go over there. Like, what do you do? You send me a photo? I don't know how does Instagram work?
Yeah, take some photos.
How do you hook me up?
I don't know. Just they'll figure it out.
How do you link me?
Just because you don't know about Instagram doesn't mean the world doesn't. I don't like it. I'm very mad that the shooting range is closed. I think that you took an experience away from children and put in a lounge that is only for DVC people.
I'm surprised that it lasted as long as it did. Like it involved shooting guns, which Disney's not a big fan of shooting guns. And it was a shooting range where you'd be like, obviously shoot tin cans, but you'd shoot birds and animals and stuff like that. And maybe they were like, hey, in today's climate, we should get away from violence.
Back in the day, you used to actually have to pay the 25 cents to shoot.
Back in the day, you could do a lot of things.
So
this is 2025.
But I feel like because remember when we went during COVID, everything was touch points. You couldn't touch anything.
Yeah, they didn't want you touching money, and that's when they made them free.
No, they actually closed it because you couldn't touch it.
They took the guns out.
They took the guns out. You could like go up to it and stand there, and then they reopened it and it was free.
Yeah,
you couldn't,
which was awesome.
Which was great.
It should have always been free.
It should have always been, well, whatever. That was back when tickets were only $89.99 too.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, yay. Woohoo, another DVC lounge. So keep in mind, so now you have a DVC lounge there, and you're going to get to go around the corner to Pirates and have another
lounge. Yeah.
That's not a DVC lounge, is it?
That's a regular lounge. They're opening lounges left and right, which actually leads me to my next story.
Okay, go.
Pop Century. One of our favorite hotels.
Yes, I love Pop Century.
You do. I know. If we're choosing the Caribbean, I love the Caribbean. The kids love the Caribbean because it has a slide in the pool. And in case you're not aware, value hotels, which the way Disney rates them is value, moderate, and deluxe.
Yep.
So they're all the same as far as friendly cast members. Beds are comfortable. They all use the same. Amenities are the same. They will all have a pool. Most of them will always have a food court. They're always going to have transportation. It's just kind of your levels of service. But at your value, you don't get slides in the pools.
Your rooms are smaller.
Your rooms are a hair smaller, maybe like 40 square feet or something like that. Your moderate, that's the Caribbean, gives you like water slides and, multiple pools sometimes. They tend to be a little bit larger as well. Food courts, things like that. But anyway, back to Pop Century. We like to stay there. It has a Skyliner, which is so much fun. It's almost like the monorail. It's like riding a ride before you even get to the parks. And some days, I remember the first time we had gotten there and we didn't have a park ticket. We just hopped on the or the Skyliner just to go for a ride. And it was so much fun. Like, do you remember staying, actually, to go back, do you remember staying at the Caribbean and watching it getting built? And it was amazing because it was across the lake and it was so interesting.
It's funny you say that because at first I remember your comment like, this is ugly. People aren't going to like this. And I think it's because construction was going on at that time.
Yeah.
But you actually don't mind it. It's not ugly.
My family, with the exception of my wife, we snowboard, so we go on lifts all the time, and it is exactly what it's like.
Except you're in a full enclosed gondola.
And in some mountains you actually get that.
Oh.
Yeah.
When we went to Stratton.
Yeah, some of our bigger mountains actually have that. Yeah, where you take your skis and snowboards off, and you leave them on the outside, and you're in a heated enclosed gondola. And that's what it's like at Pop Century when you load onto these vehicles.
And it's cute because every time you get in line, you secretly see a gondola coming and you're like, ooh, because it's all decorated.
There's a paint job on it. You're like, oh.
Everyone is decorated differently. So it'll be coming around and usually our daughter will be like, oh, I want to get Coco or I want to. And you can't obviously request, you're in line. Like you just get what you get.
Correct.
But
if you get a boring one, you suck.
Yeah,
Okay,
because some
that's
of them are just like yellow
that's
or
it.
red,
Yeah,
and it's got no
they're
paint on it.
no decorations on it, and it's boring, and it's like, oh, you are a loser. I'm
So,
just kidding.
Pop Century, go.
Pop Century is redoing and partially done redoing their food court, which
I heard this.
we've eaten at their food court a bunch.
It's fine.
I love their food court.
Doesn't bother me.
Actually, people rant and rave about it because here's the interesting thing. You go over to the Caribbean,
Yeah.
and they don't really have a big food court. It's a smaller food court.
I actually
And their restaurant,
I-
Scotch's Bistro.
love the Caribbean. I love the rooms. I love the pools. I love the atmosphere,
Smells.
the smells. The two things I don't like about the Caribbean are it is gigantic.
Yeah.
So if you get stuck down in a different, all the way at the end,
Jamaica.
Jamaica, it takes you, what, an hour?
30 minutes to walk from Jamaica to the food court.
Second,
It's a long time. That's one way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Second, their food sucks. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry.
Caribbean?
Their food sucks.
Yeah.
At least
Is it Caribbean or is it Caribbean?
I call it the Caribbean Beach Resort. You call it the Caribbean. I think it's tomato. I don't.
It was taught to me this way. Pirates of the...
Caribbean.
That's the word then. It's not Caribbean. You don't say Pirates of the Caribbean. You say Pirates of the Caribbean. So it's the Caribbean restaurant.
Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean.
But it's funny when I always say the Caribbean.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know if that person's correct or not. But to go back to Pop Century, they're redoing the food court right now. Their food is good. The thing is they are adding in the middle of the food court is a coffee station
Okay.
that will also serve beer.
Really?
Yes. So, do you see a theme happening here?
Yeah, we're including more alcohol into.
Way more alcohol. And you could be like, but Shawn, they already have beer and wine there anyway.
Dude, there's a bar right outside.
Correct. Is it called Petals? I believe it's called Petals. It's next to the pool. So if you're grown up and you're like, my kids are swimming, tons of lifeguards, you can get wasted if you want. Don't worry about it. They don't expect you to save your children anyway. We have a story about that later. But you can get wasted at Petals, and then, now you can go into the food court and grab a couple beers, a couple tall boys, and get wasted in the food court.
So I think you're looking at that wrong.
Am I, though?
Because what is the difference? What is the difference? Hold on, let me.
Yeah.
I have never, in all of our time, seen a wasted person outside of the pool.
I'm obviously being facetious a little bit, but I'm curious to how this is going to look like. Because the minute I start seeing people walking around with bottles of beer, cans of beer, or glasses that resemble beer, like over in Epcot, around hotels and resorts, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it.
But what's the difference? Petals is right there. People do the same thing.
For some weird
reason,
I guarantee. Here's the thing. For some weird reason, I never really see it. It's not in my face, and it probably won't be in my face. I'm obviously making a joke and making light out of this. But I just think it's interesting how they're really trying to incorporate alcohol a lot more. So I'm wondering who it is on their marketing team that's like, I have an idea. When people drink, they love to spend money. So let's put booze everywhere. Am I going to walk into a bathroom and see like a alcohol dispenser?
No, because the park is still family friendly. And
it is now. And it's when the park was conceptualized, no alcohol. Walt did not like alcohol. He wanted families to come together on a Sunday or whatever, a day where everybody came and they rode rides and they had fun like a county fair. We have come so far from that. And my fear is that we're losing sight of what was really important to Walt and looking at how can we make people spend more money. And if people are sitting down at restaurants drinking and eating and things like that, a lot of money is being spent. And so I just hope that we don't ultimately lose sight of what is important and then have people fighting, because that's what tends to happen with alcohol.
I have so many thoughts on what you just said. I have to process that. Number one.
Break it down.
Number one, people my parents' age, when Disney was, to your point, Walt's dream, it was all about family. those people had children, you and I,
Yeah.
who are grown-ups, and I think that they also are trying to cater to Disney adults.
Yes.
People who are a little bit younger than you and I, maybe in their 20s, and they're going to Disney, and they are trying to cater to families and Disney adults. Disney is also really good. They're not going to want to police wasted people all the time. I'm
Right.
sure to police the people at Epcot is enough.
Yeah.
If
Probably have a full-time security just for
there
those people.
wasn't a bar right outside Petals, like if Petals wasn't right there, and if we saw drunk people all the time, I would tend to agree with you. I'm sure there's not going to be any glass bottles, things like that around the pool anyway.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to. Yeah.
There's not going to be. I think this is for people who are taking their pool day. You know, because you forget people also go to Disney to just be at the hotel.
Correct. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I listen to shows all the time where people
There
are
are
going
people who
right
go
just to go on the grounds.
just
Right.
to go on the grounds. So I don't think if there wasn't if Pop Century was dry
Yeah.
and you could only buy booze in the gift shop,
Yeah.
I would agree with you. I'd be like, why are, but I think they're just making it a different avenue because what's the difference when we went to, what's the one that I love? It, New Orleans theme,
French Quarter.
the French Quarter. There was a huge open air bar right there next to the pool. Huge open air bar. I don't even think we noticed it because we don't drink.
Oh yeah, you're right. Now that I think about it, you're. I'm not arguing. You're right. There are bars, there are areas like Petals right next to the pool, and this is where these tend to be. I just think it's interesting
But
that
there's going to be two.
two, and now it's one is like literally 10 feet
Are they
inside.
closing Petals?
No, of course not, because that serves that purpose. And I'm probably up playing this a lot. It's more going to be a coffee bar, but they are serving alcohol here, which is interesting because you can go in the food court and get alcohol in the little stations where they sell water.
And bring it back to your room.
You can drink it there. There's nothing stopping you from going over, where you get your salads, you get your juices and things like that in the little, I don't know what you call those, like the little,
Refrigerators.
the refrigerator doors. There's booze and wine in there anyway. Not booze. There's beer and alcohol, beer and wine.
Yeah, there's no booze.
No booze. So you,
And I think you just hit the nail on the head. That's two totally different.
but you get booze at Petals.
You can't.
They have alcohol at Petals.
But
booze.
a bartender making a
Yeah, with a pour. You're
strawberry
right.
daiquiri,
Right. And
make
it's
it
all,
pour
I
like
think it's
that.
a pre-mixed anyway, and it's low alcohol content.
compared to a dude who
Shot.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
So okay, all right. Well, I'm all for the coffee bar.
Yeah.
I find that to be
Yeah.
amazing.
And again, I'm not throwing any. Listen. If you want to drink, you want to have a good time, hey, go for it. Like I love it. Alcohol is a huge part of life. I see a place for it everywhere. It just makes me nervous because I have seen a lot of videos where and it tends to always be at Epcot. So it makes me nervous. I don't want to be in Frontierland and watch my daughter have to witness two adults going at it because they were drinking. It would just crush my soul. Like it really would, because if Walt were to see that, like
He'd be devastated.
he would be like, what are we doing?
What are
here?"
we doing?
I
I agree.
I just pray that somebody is monitoring it and that person is keeping in line with Walt's vision.
Yeah.
That's
That I agree with 110%. I don't want Magic Kingdom to turn into Epcot. And I absolutely love Epcot. I love Epcot. The countries are my favorite.
yeah.
I love the ride. I love everything about Epcot.
Yep.
But again, we're not huge drinkers. So I can go and have one beer over from the Germany pavilion and be totally happy about it.
Yeah.
Where some people go later in the afternoon and sun and booze and being dizzy from rides.
Yeah,
is
and
a
being
bad,
dehydrated because you've been walking 5,000 miles.
it
Yeah.
was a bad mixture.
Yeah.
Lucky for us, knock on wood, we've never experienced anything.
We've never witnessed any.
Well,
Well, we have, but that was not. I don't think that was alcohol related.
That
So
wasn't alcohol
yeah,
related. That was someone being terrible to me
yeah,
and my daughter.
or
But
belligerent.
belligerent.
Oh, I was thinking of another time.
No, so cute.
Anyway,
Anyway, go.
so into my last story, which is funny. You ended at Epcot. Like, I also have an Epcot story, and it's funny. You mentioned the pavilions. Mexico. I remember our first few times we went to Epcot. Which, if you're not familiar, Epcot's almost like two parks in one. You have the World Showcase, which is all of the lands or pavilions or countries. And we can go into a deep dive one day about how many there are and how many there are supposed to be and how they actually work. And then in the front is like, the more modern rides like Test Track, which is currently down, and Soarin' and things like that. So it's almost two different parks. Some people go and treat it as like 2 different days. Some people break it up, half day here, half day there. But our first few times going, I love the Mexico Pavilion.
Yeah.
Didn't even know there were rides inside. Didn't know inside of that big Aztec pyramid is a whole restaurant, which we ate at. It was amazing.
I loved that.
Authentic Mexican food. It was great, There is a nighttime, a town inside where, you can buy tchotchkes and glass blowing and, little kind of Coco-themed Day of the Dead paraphernalia, like colorful skulls and things like that. And I'm gonna butcher it, but Ilos de Muerta or
You said that wrong. Put that
Dios
follow-up.
Dios de Muerta. I'll say it. I'll get back to you how it's pronounced, but the Day of the Dead. And there's a lot of things that cater to that and the holidays and just the culture and heritage of Mexico and like Latin America. And the inside of the pavilion is amazing. And in case you're not aware, tucked way over in the corner is the Grand Fiesta Tour, or what we like to call the Three Caballeros.
It's a boat ride. It's a water ride.
It's a boat ride.
Not fancy in any way.
It is so ghetto, but at the same time, I love it. It's one of my favorite rides.
So it's with Donald and his 2 minions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call
Yeah,
them.
what are their names? Oh my God, Jose and Tito or Tom?
I think it's Tito.
No, I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
Anyway, so yeah, it's very, it's if you're looking to take a nap, there's people who absolutely love this ride, who are obsessed with this ride. I wouldn't even call it a ride; I'd call it an experience. You get in a boat and you go through, and it's Donald like taking you through the countryside of Mexico, isn't it?
Okay, so I got it. I was close. Donald Duck, Jose, and Panchito.
Panchito.
Yes. So wait, one is Donald. It never even clicked. They're all birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, one is like a toucan and one is a parrot, and Donald is a duck. So the Three Caballeros. Wow, I didn't even know this. The cartoon dates back to like 1944.
Yep.
And you feel it when you go on the ride because that's when you think the ride was built.
Correct.
So I've made the joke before in like one of our first couple podcasts about this ride should be a Coco ride. In my mind, it ties right in. We're already in Mexico. There is a scene where you go in, and again, I'm probably jumping ahead. It's a Spanish small world. You're on a boat ride. You're going through, and there's a lot of little creepy puppets and a lot of music and little scenes. And each room you go into, they're like kind of putting on a scene for you. But they're already a Coco-esque feeling puppets. They're skeletons playing mariachi, and they have instruments and things like that. In my mind, because I should work for Disney, this should be a Coco ride immediately. You already have half the ride there. But for the purists, and I kind of fall in line with this, I love the ride. Let's keep it the way it is. And obviously, everybody feels that way because they just fixed a whole bunch of scenes.
Yep.
They repainted it, they spruced it up a little bit, and they made it nice. Do you remember one time that we went, and at the final scene, for those of you who don't know, is the Three Caballeros are up on a stage performing.
Yes.
And their animatronics
break all the time.
One time we went, and there were just 3 cardboard cutouts,
Yep.
like, up on the stage.
3 cardboard cutouts, and then we had seen online that right before that, only Donald had broke.
Yeah.
So he was a bush.
He was a cactus.
He was
They
a cactus.
replaced them with a cactus up on the stage.
So they do make jokes out of when those and it's almost like when they put sweaters on Figment during the ride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To
Yep.
make it, like, a little bit different.
Yeah.
So if you've never been, do it just to do it. You have to.
So amazing. It really is.
And there's always that funny joke about when you go to Epcot, do you start at Canada or do you start at Mexico? So obviously the World Showcase, when you walk it, is a loop.
It's a big circle.
It's a big
little bit
circle.
more than a mile.
Little bit.
1.1 mile, I think, if I remember from my research.
When you come off the bridge from Innovation Land, you get to choose. Do I want to start at Canada or do I want to start at Mexico? I personally like to start at Mexico and end in Canada, but there's a lot of people out there that will disagree with me. So,
I think for years and years and years, we would always go the route of Mexico.
yeah.
But then,
Last year we started, or the last time we went, I think we started at Canada because we wanted to end with Mexico,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
didn't like it.
So when you were walking over from World Celebration,
Oh, sorry.
it's okay. We would always go to Mexico. We love poutine.
Oh,
Which, in case you don't know, French fries, gravy, and cheese curds in a little container, and it is so salty, so satisfying. Man, if you're looking for something to, like, just hit the spot, go to it. It's right in Canada. So we've these last few trips gone to the right, and gone that way, which stinks because then by the time you're done, you go over to Mexico, you're tired, and we've actually last couple times haven't gotten into Mexico, so. That is my story. It had closed in January. It got a fresh repaint and everything else.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and it's good to go. So,
love it.
those are all of my, what did you call them? Buzz
don't
stories?
know.
We can't call it BuzzFeed. I think
We can't.
I think it belongs to somebody
Yeah, I
else.
think so. Okay.
But that is the current buzz for this week. Okay, how do you like that?
As long as nobody else, we'll have to look into the current buzz. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
I'll look into it.
I got a hack for you for this week.
Oh,
Do you have a hack? You said you had a hack. Well, I'll give you my hack really quick, and then you can give me your hack, okay?
okay.
My hack has to do with eating. Obviously, you can go to the parks and just eat nonstop, but this is for the average park goer who maybe follows a schedule, goes in like, rope drop or thereabouts, and is planning on staying till like 8 or 9 at night. Meals. I strongly advise you to structure your meals, whether it is a sit down or whether it is a quick service meal or whether it's even snacks. I can get into a whole thing on how we should do this, whether you should mobile order or you should go up to Windows, but my hack is do it early. If you eat lunch at 11 or 12, I know this is going to sound crazy, but do it at 10:30. Lunches start serving at 10:30, and if you were the first one in there, you've probably been up since 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock anyways. 10:30, get in there, get your kids seated, get the lunch. You're probably not going to get the lunch onto the table until 10:45, almost 11 anyway. Get that food inside of their bellies, because what this is going to do for you is you're going to avoid the hour-long line that is going to happen
10
from
minutes.
10 minutes. We've seen it happen. What happens at 11 o'clock is everybody's watch goes ding, 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 ding. All right, kids, let's go. And they're going to fight and strollers and this and that. You're already going to be sitting down, almost finishing up your lunch. So when the masses, literally thousands of people, flood to go get lunch, it's going to ease up lines, and you're going to be able to get back in and get on some rides or digest and relax. You're not going to be stressed out. You're not going to be fighting to get your dinner or lunch. So my times are 10:30 lunch, 3:30 dinner. And I know you're like, that's stupid, Shawn. Why would I eat like at 3:30?
It's amazing.
Because it's quiet. You're not screaming. You're not fighting. And you could sit there for 2 hours if you want. If you want to eat at 3:30 and you can literally go have your beer, your wine, your sit down at like Skipper's Cantina or the Crystal Palace or wherever, you can stay there for 2 hours because you already have your seat.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is you're going to get up and you're going to look around and you're gonna be like, oh my God, it's 5 o'clock, it's 5:30. There are thousands of people now trying to get in here. When you leave, the line is gonna be out the door, and people are gonna be walking up who have never been there and be like, can I get a reservation? And the guy's gonna laugh and be like, of course you cannot get a reservation, you know? So that's my thing is 10:30 for lunch, 3:30 for dinner, maybe 6 or 7. Try to grab yourself like a late snack, like a churro or a pretzel if you're over in the country. If you're in the country, this does not apply to the countries.
Yes.
Okay, that's something totally different because you're eating nonstop. So
We're talking about
yeah,
the other.
we're talking about the other parks.
And actually, to be honest, we're really only talking about Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom because even Animal Kingdom is a whole.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom closes so early, and you don't really have to fight for food over there. There's so many nice restaurants, but yeah, it's mostly those two. But it could also apply to Epcot. I think as a rule of thumb, if you keep with these timelines, like we're talking save you an hour minimum.
We have been to Pinocchio's Village House where we've walked in and there's been like
No one.
10 people there, order our food, sit down, and as you're getting up when they're calling your food, you look around and you're like, sweet Lord, what happened?
Yeah.
It is so busy. And we've also been where we didn't plan it correctly and went to Pinocchio's Village House at the wrong time,
Yeah.
didn't mobile order, and there were so many people. Nothing makes me. I can wait in lines for rides. I can walk through a busy park. Nothing like that bothers me. When people are hovering like vultures,
Yeah.
you see when someone's going to get up from a table.
Yeah.
When you have tired children, tired grandparents looking for a break, is so stressful.
Yeah.
That to me is more stressful than anything else during the day.
Yeah. And you're tired and hungry. Yeah.
Tired, you're hungry, people are mad now,
Yeah.
like, and when you're hovering over people being like, "Are you getting up? Are you getting up?
Yeah.
Are you getting up?" It's just so gross.
Yeah. And it can all be avoided.
And it can all
just
be avoided
eat,
if you
eat,
just.
eat an hour early.
So I think not necessarily times, eat at off times.
Yeah. Yeah. Off times. Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever works for your family, which is so funny with your hack. We must have been on the same wavelengths this week. My personal hack is to use a grocery service.
Oh, that's right.
So there are grocery services within Florida.
There's a zillion.
They're the zillion. We usually use the Garden Grocer, and I think Walmart will do this too. You can actually order food online.
Amazon Fresh will also do it, I've heard.
Oh, really?
Amazon Fresh is a big one that most people will use.
Okay. You can order food, water, snacks, and have it delivered to your hotel room.
Bell services if you're not even there.
Yep. So this is great. Like, even if you don't have a kitchenette, Goldfish, those stupid, gross white donuts that you love. Cases of water. I know we've done hacks on water before. My mother is notorious for having a warm bottle of water with her at all
Loves
time.
bottled water.
But I will say, with the bottled water,
Mm.
I've been in line before with my mom and been like, "Do you have any water to slug down some Tylenol?"
I've had to do it one time, and I regretted every second of it.
I didn't, because you know what? You
It
got
was warm. It was gross. It came out of her crumpled up water bottle that
long
she
and short of it.
reuses.
Long and short of it, you can use a grocery service. Usually they have a list of hotels that they will actually deliver to.
Yep.
And it's also a slight way for people to save money. Like, if your kids survive on Goldfish and Cheez-Its and things like that,
Fruit
like
snacks.
fruit snacks,
Yeah.
hey, there's no shame. But
Mhm.
guess what? You get to have that delivered to your room. You pack it in your backpack, and then it's there. And if you have a backpack that's small like mine, like my Loungefly, and you have smaller kids who now you're waiting, and there you go.
Yeah.
Here's your snacks while
For
you're waiting in line.
Yep.
Because the queues you can eat when you're outside. So if you grab popcorn and you're waiting like
Yep.
for a line and you're outside, the second you're in quote unquote the internal
Inside queue. Yeah.
inside queue, you are no longer allowed to eat and drink. They will tell you, they will make you throw it away. But if you've got your warm water bottle and you got your fruit snacks, you're good.
You can do that. Yeah. That's a good one.
That's my hack is and for, like I said, for some people it can save you some money. If you're not-
Definitely save you some money.
I mean, would you rather
A
get
$5 water or a $1 water from Costco? Yeah. Yeah.
That's my hack.
Good job. I think we covered a lot. Good stuff.
Yeah.
What's your buzz? Your buzz. I like all the buzz this week.
I like the buzz.
So much good buzz. So thanks again. Hey, if you want to join our Instagram or just keep following us, we'd appreciate it. I don't know. If you don't want to listen, hey, that's cool too. Like,
Yeah,
it's all
whatever.
good.
No shame.
Thanks for coming over and hanging out with us in the morning. So on that note, stay classy, Disney.
And thanks for stopping by.
We'll see you next week.
Mm. Mm.